Today, John Dawkins has exposed the paucity of principle in the current Labor Party by calling on the Labor Party to sit down with the government and negotiate a good outcome on the higher education reform bill. He's pointed out that it was Labor who were the architects of the higher education contribution scheme in the late 1980s. He's made it clear that while he thinks that our package could be amended and changed in certain ways around scholarships, etc., to make sure that they are targeted towards disadvantaged young people, he supports the fundamental principle, which is that we need to deregulate the university system. He makes the point, in fact, that there is no great principle in the Melbourne University and Charles Sturt University charging the same fees for exactly the same course in spite of them being at different institutions. He's exposed that Kim Carr has brought effectively his old-fashioned left-wing Whitlamite agenda to the education policy of the current Labor opposition, and and Bill Shorten has let Kim Carr run this. I'm going to write to Bill Shorten this afternoon, offering to sit down with him to negotiate a way of Labor being part of this national conversation, because the government believes that the higher education reforms are vital for universities, vital for students, in spreading opportunity, in promoting equity, and in making our universities the best university system in the world. Gareth Evans has also called on the Labor Party to support our reforms. Maxine McHugh, while not quite a lion of the Labor Party in the way that Gareth Evans and John Dawkins have been, still a recent member of the Labor caucus, and of course Andrew Lee, the current Shadow Assistant Treasurer, is also in favour of the higher education reforms, but has had to recant publicly because of his leader's position. So we do call on Labor to sit down and talk with us, and we will try and work out the best outcome possible.
Mr. Pyne, by writing to Bill Shorten today, is that an admission that you won't get the votes needed from the Senate crossbenchers?
No, not at all. And of course I've already extended the olive branch to Labor and the Greens in the past on this issue. Lee Rhiannon, to her credit, came and met with me, but we didn't get very far with Lee Rhiannon on this issue, but at least we talked about it. Labor didn't take up the offer last year to talk because Kim Carr just wants to play politics, and I think Bill Shorten, in his heart of hearts, knows that the status quo is not an option for universities. And in fact, all the Vice-Chancellors in Australia are saying just that. Even the University of Canberra Vice-Chancellor admits that the status quo is not an option. And so Universities Australia has universally supported our reforms with amendments. We'll continue to talk with the crossbenchers too, and I'll be having meetings with them in the coming few weeks. Refreshed from my summer holiday, I'm looking forward to the opportunity to sit down with the crossbenchers and talk about what they need to support these reforms. At the heart of our reform is deregulation of the university sector, and I believe that we can come to a landing. We'll deal with any partner to bring that about, whether it's the Greens, Labor or the crossbench.